What's going on, YouTube? What's up, CCI family? Chump Change Investments in the building. It's your main man back with the game plan one more time. Look, well, before I even forget to say thank you all so much for the views that came in from the last video. Gives me a boost, gives me more and more reason to keep coming at you. And I appreciate that so much. So we're going to try to break that record with this one here, okay? First off, you remember me repeating about Archer Aviation. Remember I was saying it's like the Coke and Pepsi challenge? Well, it still is to me, but this game has gotten a lot more serious now. Way more serious. And I'm still on my Coke side, which is Archer, okay? But Joby is not playing any games. And there's a few more little companies out there that are still pushing, but none are ahead like Archer and Joby, okay? Joby, you know, I can't deny it. They've kind of taking a shoulder up on us for right now, but that's just on paper. That's just with numbers, and a lot of that has a lot to do with the Dubai kind of contract that they've signed to be the air taxi for a few years with Dubai. I believe they're also working with Toyota, which is wonderful. You can't say anything with that. As far as Archer, you know, we have Stellantis. Okay. As long as that continues going well, we're nowhere near out of the game either. Okay. So yeah, it's really like sitting back watching a boxing match here. Okay. And if you are into that sports betting, more power and good luck to you. But this is my sports betting, and I'm still betting on Archer, okay? Again, I do have some Joby as well, but my Archer is way above that, all right? Now, if you are a Joby investor, hey, it's Coke and Pepsi. There's nothing wrong with it. Both are going to do great things, you understand? So I want to shed a little light on some of the things or some of the comparisons between the two companies, such as, again, I did tell you that Joby, they're working with Uber. They're working with Dubai to become their air taxis for a few years. So they've signed those kind of contracts, as well as the partnership with Toyota. There's a $250 million investment that was made into Joby from Toyota, I believe, as well. Okay. Now, as far as Archer is concerned, we've already secured part 135 and 145 from the FAA. Okay. That's certificates for air taxis as well as maintenance and so on. So these two companies, when I tell you they're going head up, they're going head up. Okay. Again, Archer has Stellantis. They have an exclusive contract with that manufacturer. As far as the revenue streams that are coming in, you know, as far as Joby, it's passenger air taxi only for now. Okay. With Archer, we have passenger, same thing, defense and cargo. Okay. So as far as market capitalization as well, you know, that depends really on the stocks, the shares of stocks, and how many are out there and how many are outstanding and so on, okay? Again, do your research. You'll see plenty of that. It's nothing, well, it is huge, but it's nothing major to completely base your investment on, okay? So, like I'm saying about that, market cap right now for Joby, $14 billion, okay? Market cap for Archer, $7 billion. You feel me? But that market cap of 14 that Joby has, most of that is recent because of what's been taking place with them in Dubai and also with Toyota. Okay, so when investors hear this, especially retail investors like us, they jump to it, raising the market cap. Simple as that. Okay. As far as liquidity, 1 billion on the Joby side, 2 billion on Archer side, and that's the industry lead right there. Archer has that lead. Okay. As far as an analyst rating, which means the big companies, these big companies have analysts who rate all stocks. You can always find that, okay? You can go on Yahoo Finance and so on and see this. But they have Joby as a hold right now, okay? Now, this isn't me telling you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm telling you what the analysts are rating them. So Joby is listed as a hold right now, and Archer is listed at a buy. It's a moderate buy, but it's a buy, okay? Mainly because Joby right now has a very high ticket on them. They're about at the $18 per share range, and investors don't think they should be at that number yet. So all in all, again, it comes down to what you're comfortable with, your research and due diligence into the companies themselves. Me, I kind of judge them in a way. You know what I mean? It's not... It's nothing to have a little bit of one and a lot of the other, or evened out, however you want to do it. Okay? Me personally, I just see Joby is kind of, how do I say, like Tesla and SpaceX. Okay? They're moving in that kind of high priority speed. Okay? While Archer is more diversified, more efficient, more streamlined, right? So think like Uber, and I say like one of the defense companies, Lockheed Martin, for instance, okay? So I kind of put them in that kind of a bundle, all right? We've got the main part of the business, but as well, we have contracts and defense and so on. Okay, but it's really a race to who puts those people in those seats first and hits the sky. Okay, and with that, fast isn't always the best, in my belief. All right, so that's one part. So like if you've ever heard the term slow and steady wins the race, that's kind of how I'm looking at Archer right now. Okay, because Joby is the older of the companies. Archer is kind of the young bucket, if you want to put it that way. And they came with new ideas, new innovation. They moved a little faster, okay, in the beginning. And I feel that Joby kind of disliked that, because Joby is like, I'm the OG here. Let's catch up and pass these dudes. And that's what they've done on paper, pretty much. Okay? And now Joby, or Archer, should I say, is saying, look, we had the lead. Let them have it for now. Let's streamline everything. Let's cross all our T's, dot all our I's before we slingshot past them again. And I believe, in my opinion, with my research, that's what's going to take place here. Okay? No winners, no losers. Coke and Pepsi, both are great companies, right? So, but for the long term, I think I'm going to ride with Archer on this one. That's me personally. You don't have to do that. Please do your own research always, okay? I'm going to play a little part here about Archer. Let you see a little bit more about what they're about, and then we're going to come back and wrap it up.
You can can just feel the energy of everybody looking at these autonomous attritable solutions and understanding that there's real conflicts. We don't want to put human lives at risk. We want the cost to come way down, and we need to be able to build again. That's what's kind of great about this whole conference here, right? What's important to me, and I think what's probably important to a lot of the founders here, is it's not just about reindustrializing America. It's about making America unfuckwithable.
Midnight takes off vertically like a helicopter, then it tilts its propellers forward to fly on a wing like an airplane at up to 150 miles per hour. It's whisper quiet when flying overhead, all electric and designed to move 4 passengers across the world's most congested cities. With the US government making this a strategic priority and over $3 billion in funding to date, we're now gearing up for launch. We've opened our high-volume factory in Covington, Georgia. We're conducting test flights from California to Abu Dhabi, feeding real-world data into the final stages of our FAA certification program. And now, with President Trump's executive order, the White House has a mandate to ensure American dominance in flying taxis. And Archer plays global offense with a multi-billion-dollar order book and partnerships with many of the world's top airlines. In LA, Archer is the official air taxi of the 2028 Olympic Games. And Anduril selected Archer as its exclusive partner to bring vertical lift to the front lines with a hybrid electric version of Midnight for America and our allies. We're building the future. Watch the skies. We're just getting started.
Whoa, so we're going to hold it right there. I just wanted to give you a little bit of that because I don't want to be persuading anyone in either direction, if you feel what I'm saying. The information that I share with you is strictly my own research, viewings, as well as readings, okay? And then you make your own inferences, your own decisions out of that. That's the most important part about this game, okay? I have several people always come to me and say, hey, look, I'll give you X, Y, Z, you invest in that. No, that's not how the game is played. I'll show you the ropes. The decision is yours, okay? But like I said, with either one of these companies, you really can't go wrong, but my heart is where my heart is, okay? So that's a little information on Archer. I'm always be giving you more of Archer than Joby because that's my Coke to the Coke and Pepsi challenge. If yours is Joby, for instance, there's plenty of videos out there and more information out there on Joby as well. Okay. I do want to say thank you once again for the views on the prior. Let's beat it on this one. If you're learning and loving, hit that like, that subscribe button for me. Let's keep this moving. You know I'm coming back. On the next video, I will be sharing with you how this all began, how I got started in it. Wish I had started a little bit earlier, but the reason for me sharing the beginnings and the origins of it is so you don't miss your opportunity, okay? And I promise that's coming up on the next one. So I want to thank you all once again for sharing this time with me today. Wishing you all, again, a very successful week ahead, a blessed week ahead. And Chump Change Investments, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.